do want to move to the offense in general, Elliot, because one thing that was brought up, I think it was Caleb Brown. You had a conversation with Caleb today, and you also talked with Deacon about this offense. The common theme that I gathered on social media following this availability was that the wide receivers are going to be a lot more involved with this offense than we've seen probably at least since Brian Ferentz took over in 2017. What do you think that looks like, and what did you gather from the scuttlebutt today?
So in combining both the availability and just what I know about RPOs, to me, it's going to be those short pickups of 4, 5, 6 yards. And when you've got players like Caleb Brown and potentially TJ Washington, who appears to be making that flip from running back to receiver, just because of how crowded the running back room is, but also because he's got that sort of flexibility, is getting them the ball in space and allowing them to work. And if that's on a slant, if that's on a bubble screen that actually works, and gets them to 4, 5, 6 yards on first down, then that's what you want. That's what you want. That's what the RPO game is designed for, is those short gains, but also the ability to make big plays because of the threat of that short passing. And that's one thing that Deacon said today too, is that Lester likes to throw it deep. So, and again, this is a lot of it's contingent just on my understanding of the RPO, but at the same time, Caleb said it today. Caleb Brown said it today. It's about those short pickups, because 4, 5, 6 yards on first down is a hell of a lot better than 2 yards on an outside zone that we've seen. And that's what it looks like to me, is that those short dink and dunks, death by 1,000 cuts, and then, oh wait, deep ball, score. You got one-on-one coverage going to the guy on the far side, and either going for pass interference or getting the deep ball. That's what it looks like to me. Of course, the tight end's still going to be involved because it's Iowa. But I think additionally, it's about personnel going into this coming year. I know we talked about Dayton Howard a little bit before together, as well as Jarriett Bowie. And now Jacob Bostic was on the field and healthy, and I think he's got a high ceiling. It's just about staying on the floor or staying on the field and getting his first catch at Iowa. But you've got the position wide receivers like Caleb Brown, like TJ Washington. You've got guys that can go up and get it, like Dayton Howard, like Jacob Bostic. And of course, you still got Luke Lachey, you still got Addison Ostrenga. So I think the personnel should take a leap forward just based on the innovations in the scheme. Innovations, they're using a scheme that's been around since 2017, not 1995. So
can you tell me what the latest on Seth Anderson is? Is there news on him?
He was not in pads today, running around doing stuff, but there was a variety of guys who weren't in pads. I wouldn't read into it too much.
Okay. I had somebody ask me about that. Is he still on the team? I'm like, well, he's on the roster.
Right.
Guessing guys are dinged up at this point, and that's going to be a factor as we head to the open practice availability of some of these guys that people want to see with this new look offense. And Terrell Washington Jr. has been a trending name, and I'm curious to see what you got to see a little bit today on the 20th. And I hope I would think fans will show up to this spring. This will be one of the more anticipated spring games, should be one of the more anticipated spring games that we've seen in the last 10 years, right? Like
you got to think so, right? I mean, it's such a drastic change. I mean, offensive coordinator, these people have been clamoring for it for years.
Yeah.
And they want to see this new RPO heavy scheme. They want to see what Tim Lester has done in the spring, and maybe see a little bit more of Caleb Brown. That wanted to see him during the season last year, didn't get to till late, and now he's out on Instagram saying the new offense is fun. So maybe this is something that pulls the fan base out. If I were in fan position, I'd want to come out and watch.
And I want to make very clear, I have a lot of confidence in Tim Lester without even seeing it on the field. I have to see it on the field to believe that it's going to work here, just because we've seen so much of feet stuck in mud for so many years now with this offense. But I do have a lot of confidence in Tim Lester. The quarterback situation is a quandary to me. I do not understand. I'll finish with this. Going back to quarterback for just a second, I do not understand, even if Marco Lainez is throwing end over end, I don't know how you don't give him some snaps against the ones. And for Deacon to say if he's getting most, if not all of the snaps against the ones, I don't understand that. If that's a Kirk thing, if that's a Tim Lester thing, I'll just say this. I hope that on the 20th, that's not the case, because I'll be very disappointed. But I have no doubt Tim Lester's working with Marco. Let's not forget Marco's private coach is Tony Rassiopi, and we get those little clips that Tony likes to post on social media of Marco throwing. He looks pretty good without a rush. So we'll see what he looks like on the 20th.